Internet. My name's Delaney. It's January 24th of 2026. For-profit prison companies have had their single most lucrative year, and government has money in its budget for unqualified ICE agents, but not affordable health care. Happy Saturday. Let's take a look at the world's top headlines. Canadian veterans have taken to the internet and news outlets with criticisms and grievances on Trump's most recent remarks. Trump made the statement that the United States has never needed its NATO allies, and even calling the contributions in Afghanistan minor, staying off of the front lines. Canadian veterans got online claiming the truth and setting the record. 158 Canadian veterans lost their lives on the front lines. Many came online saying that they were the front line. And Canadian troops aren't the only ones criticizing Donald Trump right now. Congressman Joe Neguse has made headlines this week as his hard work as a representative. We've seen him in exchanges with Jack Smith and lawmaker Ralph Norman this week. In the case of Mr. Smith, Neguse most notably said, "I can't understand why Republicans want to give him an opportunity to remind the American public body of evidence that exists showing President Trump engaged in unlawful and nefarious conduct in the days and weeks after the 2020 election, culminating in Jason." In the case of Ralph Norman, the congressman reminded him just who profits from the $10.3 billion budget. That's right, the private company GEO. Neguse followed up the statement saying that private prisons have had a record profit this year and calling it a detention and deportation industrial complex. With that being said, major frozen weather storms continue across the United States this weekend. First up in Minnesota, holding its ice out move, and with Maine experiencing many of the same interactions. Federal agents have detained a corrections officer recruit in Cumberland County, Maine. Sheriff Kevin Joyce confirmed it was one of his recruits, saying that the officer had been well vetted and was squeaky clean. He had zero criminal record and the legal ability to work in the United States until 2029. Joyce called it Bush League policing. Not exactly sure what anyone expects from them anymore, seeing as they have $42,000 bonuses available for ICE agents but don't have the money for affordable health care. Not making you mad enough, the United States has carried out its 35th strike on a boat, this time in the Pacific Ocean. This report reads, just like the others, a suspected narco boat was traveling along alleged routes and was targeted. There was supposedly one survivor of the attack, and reports say that they have released a search and rescue team, but I don't trust that somehow. Last but not least, today Pam Bondi is in the hot. Democrat representatives have called on Pam Bondi, the Attorney General, to grant access to Ghislaine Maxwell in her minimum security prison. In a letter sent Thursday, it claims that more than a dozen whistleblowers have come forward with what they described as damning information of preferential treatment to Maxwell. Claims are that Maxwell is allowed private TV viewing via the staff-only area and has the luxury of bottled water at meals. That's all we have for today. Peace, love, and hippie drugs, and stay informed.